cards with a microchip implant in their hands. The microchip works as their keys, ID, and wallet. So would you do it? Would you replace your ID card with a microchip implant? Cast your vote right now at 12news.com/bullhorn, or you can comment down below. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, the results minutes away. Hashtag most clicked. Here are the stories piquing everyone's interest right now. Up first, a student's art project leads to a Chandler Unified School District firing a teacher for alleged discrimination. Anella Crom, now a former teacher at Arizona College Prep. Crom refusing to grade a student's project about their transgender journey, saying it conflicted with her religious beliefs. Documents show this wasn't an isolated incident with Crom, and that in one instance, she told the student she believed it was a sin to be gay. Another time, she reportedly told a student she should rethink her life decisions and go to church. The county official accused of running an international adoption scheme will not be arraigned for several more weeks. Maricopa County Assessor Paul Petersen is charged with 62 felonies in 3 states connected to an alleged baby trafficking business. Petersen's attorney says the assessor will not resign. County supervisors are wondering whether Petersen, an adoption lawyer, mingled county money or resources with his adoption business. Number 3 most clicked, there is a new allegation of sexual assault against former Today co-host Matt Lauer. In an explosive new book, Catch and Kill, Ronan Farrow writes that Lauer exposed himself to a then Today Show producer in 2010, 7 years before NBC fired Lauer. Stephanie bringing us the details.
A new allegation of sexual misconduct is revealed involving Matt Lauer. In the new book, Catch and Kill, Ronan Farrow writes Lauer exposed himself to former Today Show producer Melissa Launer. Launer declined to comment for Farrow's book and has not responded to an NBC News request for comment. Farrow says that she told multiple colleagues that back in 2010, Lauer invited her to his office after a party. Once they arrived, Farrow says Lauer closed the door behind them and asked the producer to sit down on a couch. Launer later telling colleagues that Lauer then unzipped his pants, exposing himself to her. Farrow adding she was reeling and nervously joked about not wanting to be intimate in his office because everyone else has done it. According to the book, sources close to Lauer telling Farrow that Lauer made lewd gestures to the woman, but never exposed himself. After the incident, Farrow writes, Launer allegedly confided in former Today anchor Ann Curry, who tells Farrow in the book, it was as close as you could get to a woman just melting in front of you in pain. According to the book, Curry allegedly told 2 senior executives that they should keep an eye on Lauer. NBC News President Noah Oppenheim addressing the new allegation Monday in a memo to NBC staffers. At the time of the employee's exit 3 years later, she still had made no complaint about Lauer, was paid 22 weeks of severance based on her years of service, and was asked to sign a separation agreement that was standard for departing employees at the time. Oppenheim going on to say that standard confidentiality clause was not drafted to prevent an employee from reporting misconduct, and it has never been used that way.
NBC has previously said the company reached agreements with 2 women only after Lauer was fired, and that the women were free to share their stories. As for Lauer, he's not responding to NBC News' request for comment on this latest allegation. But in an open letter last week, he wrote, for 2 years, the women with whom I had extramarital relationships have abandoned shared responsibility and instead shielded themselves from blame behind false allegations. They have done enormous damage in the process, and I will no longer provide them the shelter of my silence. In today's Pulse on Health, there is concerning new data surrounding concussions and high school football players. University of North Carolina researchers find concussions during practices dropped between 2014 and 2018. They say that is likely due to efforts that limit full contact in drills and scrimmages. However, concussions during games increased, and football continues to be the high school sport with the highest concussion rate. More Pulse on Health. Weight loss surgery may lower the risk of birth defects. Swedish researchers find women who get gastric bypass surgery before getting pregnant are 30% less likely to have children with major birth defects. That's compared to women who are obese when getting pregnant. Experts say pregnant women who have had weight loss surgery should be checked for nutrition deficiencies. In other news, a dog left for dead has a new lease on life thanks to a couple of sanitation workers. This little pup named Oscar is recovering after those workers found him buried alive in a valley landfill. He was filthy, dehydrated, his left side was crushed, and his front leg was fractured. The workers brought Oscar to an animal rescue, which then contacted a vet to do emergency surgery. The little guy is doing much better now. The emergency surgery costs a lot of money, though, so the shelter is now raising money to pay for it. You can find a link to donate and help Oscar on the 12 News app. Lay's is releasing another adventurous potato chip flavor. This time it's grilled cheese and tomato soup, a natural combo. I personally can't wait to try it. You'll find the new fall flavor on shelves next week. Google is out with the list of the most searched costumes. At the top of the list, it, meaning there are going to be a lot of Pennywise clowns running around on Halloween. Searches for Witch and Spider-Man were 2 and 3 for most popular costumes. Other top 10 searches: dinosaurs, characters from the Fortnite video game, unicorns, and various scenes from the 1980s. After Halloween comes Thanksgiving and Christmas, of course, and one of the most magical experiences in the Valley. Illumination is coming back once again this year, the so-called world's largest animated holiday light show. We now know that Illumination is changing locations and bringing the show to Westgate instead of North Phoenix. You'll also be able to drive through it in Tempe again this year at Diablo Stadium. Both venues open on November 20th. The cost is $23 a car during the week, $33 on weekends and holidays. Well, we won't be feeling like fall for a couple of days with temps in the high 90s. Jen joining us with the forecast 411 and when we'll cool down.
Well, if you have not had the chance to check out any fall leaves yet, don't worry. Our 12 News weather watchers have you covered. Thanks to Kurt for snapping this one. Love the perspective. And then a wide shot of the road to Snowball. Just stunning right now. Absolutely gorgeous in northern Arizona. Hey, today's National Grouch Day, so I thought it's perfect to talk about those warmer temps. Today 92, tomorrow 97, so close to the triple digits. Thursday 95, and we'll end on a good note. We do have 80s right around the corner. So we'll be in the 80s in Sedona today. 60s in Flagstaff, 70s up at the Grand Canyon, and in Payson, 91 today in Parker. Overnight tonight, very comfortable if you're in the desert. 65 Phoenix, 69 Casa Grande, chilly up north in the 30s for Grand Canyon and Flagstaff, eastern Arizona, 59 tonight in Globe. Here's your 7-day forecast. We keep it sunny and dry for the next 7 days. Wondering when it's going to be cooler? Take a look at Friday into the weekend. Just stunning in the 80s.
In your daily juice, drum roll please. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is out with a list of nominees eligible for induction next year. There are 16 nominees, including 9 first-time contenders like the late, great Whitney Houston. Other first-timers include the Dave Matthews Band and the classic Doobie Brothers. We're going to find out who gets in at the induction ceremony at the Cleveland Museum next May. Speaking of music, the big stars showing up for Ellen's star-studded fundraiser called Gorillapalooza. The show included Coldplay frontman Chris Martin filling in for Miley Cyrus at the last minute. Watch.
My hands up, playing my song, know it's gonna be okay. Yeah, it's a party in the USA.
Now that's pretty cool. It is the first official fundraising event for the Ellen Fund. Today at 3, only on 12 News, Ellen reveals the bitter battle between Julia Roberts and Sofia Vergara to win a coveted prize. Time now for A to Z 60, where we celebrate the people, places, and things that make the Valley awesome in just 60 seconds. Not all things Halloween have to be spooky. Rachel showing us some family-friendly holiday fun over at Legoland.
Team 12 is in the Halloween spirit out here at Legoland Discovery Center. We have our masks and capes ready to go find out what's happening at the annual Brick or Treat celebration. Part of the spooktivities out here at Legoland and Miniland, to be specific, are finding letters just like that one as part of the scavenger hunt. Throughout the attraction, kids will be brick or treating for little pieces to make their very own take-home ghost. Little perspective, 150 bricks, but Alec Posta, the master builder, says this one is how many?
5,000 bricks. Ha ha ha.
Okay, this is the part where we go ghost hunting. Come on, let's go see if we can find one. Did you guys have any luck?
Yeah.
We're over here at the pumpkin patch building our very own pumpkins because we've already discovered the ghouls, goblins, and ghosts out here, and you can too until Halloween. I'm Rachel Cole, and that's your A to Z 60.
Back to today's talker. People in Sweden are replacing their ID cards, keys, and wallet with a microchip implant in their hands. It's the size of a grain of rice and uses the same tech that's in your tap-to-pay credit card. Getting one of these implant devices takes only seconds. It costs a little less than $200. So would you do it? 84% of you say no way. 16% of you say, yep, chip me. Keep voting on 12news.com/bullhorn. And for those of you watching on Facebook and YouTube, you can comment down below. Time now for the look ahead. The stories you'll be talking about a little later today. Impulse buying. What's the number one thing we buy on a whim? The secret that can help save you money this afternoon on 12 News at 5. And that'll do it for your 12 at 12. The facts on everything you need to know in just 12 minutes. No commercials. We're always on, anywhere, anytime on 12news.com, the 12 News app, and on our socials as well. We'll see you again soon. Let's check in with Destry and a bunch of shirtless guys to see what's next on Arizona Midday.
Coming up on Arizona Midday, we are giving you a taste of Samoa you gotta see.